Bapa do Bapa DTT. Welcome to your Saturday episode of So Bad It's Good, a bonus episode. There's so much Bravo out there right now. We're putting out more episodes on the main feed. We should just be putting this on the Patreon, but we have to do it on the main feed because we have a special guest for these Southern Charm episodes, these recaps. We have the one and only baby mama Rebecca back with us. Rebecca.
Oh my God, you just did the Bapa Doos, and we didn't hear one Bapa Do. We didn't hear one
You're talking about in this episode.
In this episode of Southern Charm. I think this show should be more campy. We should be hearing Austin and Craig fighting, and then it should be
Yes.
I really want it. I don't understand.
That's a good point. That's a great, because by the way,
there's not one. We didn't hear one Bapa Do.
It's already campy in the fact that it's one of the only shows on Bravo that you tune into to watch men fight.
Well, that's not camp.
I mean, to me, that's camp. When you're watching 37 to 45-year-olds dudes go at it, and all the females on this show are therapists for the men.
Well, that's life.
Okay, folks, before we get into the show, we'll talk about a couple of other things. Now, I didn't really talk about this on the pod yet, but Rebecca had to go back into the doctor this week for 2 measurements on the anatomy scan, right? Because we did the anatomy scan a couple weeks ago, but the baby was riding low and was kind of hiding, so we couldn't get 2 of the measurements. So Rebecca had to go back in to get the 2. And we also did a heart scan 2 weeks ago, and the baby was once again hiding from, so they did this 3D imaging where you're usually able, it's the big, wow, you get to see the baby's face.
We saw her, though.
But not at the heart one, not good enough, right? So I said, when you go in for this one, see if they'll do the 3D scan. And this was Tuesday.
Well, I tried to beat the test. I saw people talking on TikTok about how to make sure you see her. And it was drink an obscene amount of water, eat protein or something. Anyway, I tried to do all the things, and guess what? I saw her.
We got this beautiful picture of her, and she looks
pretty. I pretty. To say it.
I
Maybe
know.
It's just because she's my daughter, but I swear.
Our daughter.
Right.
I would.
Right.
Right.
No, she is.
Why are we yeah, sure. We can
She's
tell
our
people
daughter,
that.
but I swear she was pretty in the face.
She really was, and this is in the womb, and I still thought it was kind of a model-y shot, a baby model.
Well, he said there's you thought it was a model. I thought
baby model.
She's a baby model.
Yeah, I was what? And her hand was kind of perfectly posed, was don't look at me, but look at me, and then her lips were full.
She takes after moi.
Yeah, well, because I have famously thin lips, and so
Ryan's been saying, I hope she doesn't get my lips.
I did.
Your lips.
Or my large thighs. And I was no.
When we went into the doctor this one time and they were measuring, he was can you tell if they're thick thighs? And the doctor was
Well, because we saw the femur, and I was that looks like a big femur, and I got really worried. It was like Forrest Gump in that movie when he's is he smart, Jenny? Is he smart? Because Forrest Gump is a fucking idiot, and he wants to make sure his kid's smart, and I want to make sure my kid doesn't have thick thighs, right? That's just something that's I've hated all my life, and so we can't really tell that. But full lips,
a little button nose,
and obviously the nose is still forming. The nose and the eyes are still forming.
So cute.
It was really, it truly, all joking aside, was incredible. But you also did say we were talking on the phone, and I said, it really, I could tell it looks like Rebecca. And she was yeah, I hope it just all looks like me. And I was
You've said that before.
No, I did say it because Rebecca's the better looking of the two. And that's great.
Ryan's adorable.
No, that's no. I'm not fishing. That's great. But then you said, you were well, I hope she has some of your wavy hair.
I have
and I was
thin,
that's it?
If
That's
you're
all?
on the YouTube, you can see I have thin, fine hair. I would love it if she had his thick, curly locks. That's what I'm going for.
This podcast is sponsored by our friends at Hims. Actually,
I wish.
No, Hims is a sponsor next week.
Oh, so great.
Yeah,
we love
not
Hims.
this episode, though, but yeah, Hims is a sponsor. I guess Hims and hers. I swear to God, this isn't an ad. So that was really exciting, and I have to say, I was talking at Chump Mess, and I think I told you this with, a bunch of listeners, and I was showing that picture to everybody. I was showing the picture to everybody. I was hey, look at this. And even afterwards in the meetup, I was check this out. I mean, nobody was even asking to see it. But
you're already like a proud
that's
dad.
what I said. I said, how funny
You're
that
so cute.
You immediately go into like, well, check this out. And I was also mentioning, and I know you think the same, is you spend so much time waiting to meet somebody that that's only been a figment of your imagination for so long. And so you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to meet this person and clean up their poop in like less than 4 months. That's crazy.
In like 3 months.
I was just giving a little extra time just in case.
It's definitely not 4. I get like emotional about it. We went to this like baby class, and
Sunday.
I even cried at the baby class. Did you notice that? Like
I did.
Yeah, I can't not cry.
Well, yeah, you cry a lot lately.
Yeah.
I mean, it's but that's normal. That's what everybody does. But it was interesting. It was like watching a bunch of people that are about to be parents all in this class and going through all of the information. And I did tell the audience this on Monday. It is not for the faint of heart. Like what you are going through, and you're feeling it more and more every day.
I was
it's
really
miserable.
doing bad today. Like I have what they call round ligament pain, which is like literally low stomach, abs, almost vag. Like it hurts. It's like a dull pain. And it literally is just like your uterus growing. Like I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, like trying to move. Like it is.
Tell them about the plate. Tell them about the plate.
Oh, when Ryan was disturbed because when you lose,
you were disturbed too.
I knew this though. When you lose the placenta, it's you have a wound the size of a dinner plate in your body. That's what all the blood coming out is.
And it's there. It takes like 6 weeks to heal.
Well, yeah, because it's a wound the size of a dinner plate.
But also, I feel like with all of this that we're going through, we already talked about how I personally hate the term geriatric pregnancy. I think that we can get a better name. No,
wait, what did you renamed it? I can't remember what you said.
Awesome pregnancy,
he did rename it.
No, I renamed that, but also like the wound the size of a dinner plate. I feel like we could make that a little punchier. Like we don't need like a dinner plate. Like that's
big.
I know, but I feel like we could do. I don't know. It just feels weird. I just kept thinking dinner plate all week. But other than that, I mean, listen, Rebecca really is going through so much. And I hate to like plug your ear. You just know it's just going to get worse. And it sucks. And by the way, and this is health. I mean, for the most part, this is healthy.
I'm like the most healthy. It's the most healthy pregnancy. Yeah.
I mean, but
I'm like going to the gym every day. I'm like eating right. It is like very, very healthy.
Yeah. I mean, so this is doing everything right. And she is still going through this, but it is interesting to watch her go through that, and that's, So, I mean, I wanted to mention that at the top. Let's see, what else do we have here before we get into Southern Charm? I just watched the first 2 episodes of the Taylor Swift Eras documentary that just premiered on Disney Plus. It's 6 episodes in total. I don't know if they're just doing 2 every week, but I watched the first 2 episodes. I really enjoyed it. I love making behind the scenes.
Jan was the star.
I am Jan. Jan, the dancer from Dancing with the Stars, obviously was one of the background dancers.
I didn't realize like Jan opened that tour. Like he opened the show.
Oh, wait, he was like the first dancer that comes out.
He was the first person that comes out in the show.
I had to tell you, though, this Taylor Swift is just built so differently where I think you missed this part, but she wrote a handwritten letter to every person on her crew and gave them bonuses. But the bonus is great. Like, that's a lot of money. Awesome. But it was the handwritten letter. She's like, it took me weeks to do, but, it just makes me so happy. And I'm like, I can barely get out of bed in the morning. Like it is. And she is just built differently on top of doing a 3 hours.
Well, let me just say, everyone should be writing handwritten thank you notes. I feel like that art has
I don't do
away.
that. I know,
but you're going to be doing that. Like Hanukkah and Christmas are coming up. Don't think I haven't thought about it. Who's already writing the thank you notes for the gifts we've gotten?
You're right. I signed
You signed them all. Yeah. I think it's a very important thing. Like I love a handwritten note. I think it's a lost
But then
art.
she does that thing where she burns the thing and then stamps it.
Oh, that's very cute.
Yeah, like she does the whole, and I'm just saying, like
the wax,
that's it. Yeah, it was just, I don't know. I was into the first 2 episodes. I loved it. I mean, it's your basic behind the scenes music talk, but I found it interesting, and also it's different. Somebody that comes from a place of joy, like you can tell she comes from a place of joy, which is very hard in today's day and age with pop culture, because I think we overwhelmingly come at things from a negative place, which I find myself doing all the time. And so even if you look at Taylor Swift on the internet or away from something like the Eras tour or her music, it's really easy to find reasons to hate her. Like, I find, but then you watch her and you're like, oh, God, like, look at this. Like, she's killing it. She's crushing it. This is great. Like, this is great music, in my opinion. And it brings people so much joy. But if you just live online, you realize how much hate there is. And I don't know what that answer is, to just ignore it, or, like, how do you draw those boundaries? And that's a conversation that goes with anything. Like, in fact, I wanted to bring this up to you because I don't know, you guys don't know this, but Rebecca is the one that turned me on way too late to Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams is somebody that Rebecca grew up loving, and she's from New York. She went and saw Wendy Williams live.
Oh, multiple times.
And there were a couple nights, where we got drunk and we would get a little tipsy and watch Wendy Williams YouTube clips.
I love Wendy.
And you would just show me like clip after clip after clip.
I miss Wendy. Like, I wish Wendy was out here talking shit today. Like, damn.
Well, what I was bringing up is that it says that she is going to be out of her conservatorship by the end of the year. And I was wanting your take on that because obviously something is awry with Wendy. And I think that's, I think we accept that, whether you're famous or not famous, things happen to us. Things might happen to me or you in the future, and you try to prevent those things from happening. But obviously something is amiss, and there's like diagnosis of aphasia, which Bruce Willis has, which takes away your ability to communicate. There's a couple of other things. But we already went through this with Britney Spears, in a sense, who I know you love dearly.
Yeah, but this feels like it happened way fast. I mean, it did and it didn't. Like,
from what we were aware of or knew of.
Well, when we were watching her on television, from the moment she passed out in the Statue of Liberty.
Live, yeah.
Live. Like, that's when something changed. And there was many, many years where, like, she would forget names, she would forget things, and she always had, like, her two sidekicks, who then became one, Norm, and he would like tell her things. But I mean,
I forget things all the time.
Yeah, but I really blame Kevin, obviously, for all of
this.
Her ex-husband. Kevin really did her dirty. I think that they had a arrangement for a long time where it was like, just don't embarrass me, and like we were talking about the don't embarrass me thing last night with Bronwyn and Todd. Like, do whatever you want, Kevin, but just like don't embarrass me. And he fucking embarrassed her so hard.
Yeah, why are you out there farting? Oh, you're talking about...
I'm talking about Kevin had a baby on her.
Yeah.
And when that happened, I think, I don't know if...
Kevin had a baby with a whole other woman, you guys, if you don't know the Wendy Williams lore.
Yeah.
And
he was with this woman for many, many years. I want to say over 10 years. And we all kind of knew about it. And we all knew that, like, Kevin was like a low down, dirty monkey with a wig on, as like Nene Leakes would say. But like, like he was like the producer, but like he would just smoke weed backstage all the time. Like, I don't really know what he was all up to, but it was very much like...
It's hard when you're becoming that kind of success, and Wendy Williams had worked her whole life from radio up until that show, which gained more and more and more popularity.
Wendy had a lot of demons. Like, if you read Wendy's Got the Heat, which is her biography, which is genius, like she talks a lot about her drug use, and she was sober for a very, very long time.
But what I'm saying is, when you have that kind of success and you're getting more and more successful... Right. You're the close people around you, they're like life rafts. They're like life preservers. And like, it's really hard to determine the right people to trust because you're just looking for a lifeline. Because all of a sudden you have so many people.
She has nobody now like that. There is no lifeline.
Well, and then money is such a factor. Even her son loves her. Her son was abusing her finances.
I know.
Even though I know her son loves her, it's hard when somebody is...
Little Kevin is a young boy, and I can't imagine. Yeah. The whole thing is just really awful.
I mean, my whole point of that thing was, it's hard, and like, we're not the arbiters or like judge jury about this, but like, do you think that she should be off a conservatorship?
Idea. Like, every time I see Wendy, I just get sad. Like, I don't know how this happened so fast. It just feels like all of a sudden COVID hit. We were doing shows then 4 times a week, and then all of a sudden, like, she was out. And then we saw that documentary. I don't know if that was last year or the year before.
Oh, the Lifetime documentary?
That was, like, horrific.
Horrifying,
like,
yes.
It was so upsetting. I don't know. Like, obviously, she doesn't have those life rafts around her right now, and she can't count on, like, her daddy and mommy like she used to. Like, that's the way she calls them, and that's why I said that. Or, like, Wanda or... her niece. Like, I don't know who there is that's watching out for Wendy, and I pray for her. I love Wendy. There's no one does it like Wendy Williams. No one has done it like Wendy Williams, and I just hope that she has peace.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens towards the end of the year because it looks like that's about to, be ruled on, I guess, and she will be released from her conservatorship. Now, last night
she made so much money, and I feel like it's all gone. Like I don't understand.
Well, that's the thing. Wells Fargo even barred her account. Remember?
Well, that's because her son was taking out hundreds of thousands to like party in Miami. I can't imagine going through what he was going through being a young guy. He was like 20 years old in Miami doing probably things himself, and just things got out of control.
Yeah. I am here once again to talk about our friends over at Quince. You know how much I love Quince. In fact, last night at the Jeff Lewis Live Show, I was wearing my blue Quince sports jacket, and it looked amazing. So, cool, cold mornings, holiday plans. This is when we all need our wardrobes to just work, and that's why I'm always all about Quince. They make it easy to look sharp, feel good, and find gifts that last. From Mongolian cashmere sweaters to Italian wool coats, Quince pieces are crafted from premium materials and built to hold up without the luxury markup. Quince makes the essentials every guy needs. Mongolian cashmere sweaters for $50, Italian wool coats that look and feel designer, and denim and chinos that fit just right. And their outerwear lineup is no joke as well. You got down jackets, wool top coats, and leather styles that are built to last. Each piece is made from premium materials by trusted factories that meet rigorous standards for craftsmanship and ethical production. And they cut out the middleman and traditional markups. That's how they do it. Quince delivers the same quality as luxury brands at a fraction of the price. So, get your wardrobe sorted and your gift list handled with Quince. Don't wait. Go to quince.com/sobad for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/sobad. Free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/sobad. Last night I was telling you guys, if you listen to the Beverly Hills recap, one of Rebecca's family passed away, and we sat Shiva, and that was the first time I had sat Shiva, and I thought that was a very interesting and beautiful to a degree, and everybody going around and speaking memories of him, and everybody just and so you've done that a lot in your life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Sadly, but also that is beautiful because in the Jewish faith, you have to bury your loved ones within 3 days. Is that correct?
It's very, very quick, yes, because there is no embalming. So, they get people into the ground really fast.
And so then they gather everybody for days at a time to sit with the family and eat with the family.
Yeah, they don't want you to be alone, and you're supposed to cover all the mirrors because you're not supposed to even be you're not supposed to think of your own vanity. It's all just about being in grief and having people there and eat and be together. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really interesting. Now, the reason I say this was that there had been breaking news while we were sitting Shiva, as it happens, right? Life goes on, unfortunately. And this news was that Bronwyn Newport and Todd split up, or they're on their way to divorce, which, like I said yesterday, not a surprise, even though it did felt surprising. But it took us like an hour and 15 minutes to drive home from this. We were in traffic, and Rebecca was, you were scouring the internet about information about Todd's finances, and you were speculating about
man.
full conspiracy on everything.
Not conspiracy, but I'm proud of Bronwyn. There is no prenup. I was worried for a second. I was like, damn, we're not going to get any of the clothes. I love the clothes. I love the fashion. I love the wealth. Everything she wears is fucking awesome. So I was getting upset for a second, but then we remembered there is no prenup. So this bitch must have been,
unless she was lying to her cast members. I don't think so.
As Wendy Williams would say, she was dipping and doing it the way she should, popping that puss
Yeah, but by the way, wait.
Yeah.
This is what Rebecca said in the car, and then the rest of the car, she started singing
that Missy Elliott song.
Yeah, no. My pussy and my crack,
that's
my
Missy
neck.
Elliott.
No, that's not Missy Elliott, babe. No, my neck, my back. And she kept doing it where I was like, okay, come on, stop.
Ryan censors me time and time again, guys. It's very upsetting.
It's just on the 10th time of my neck, my back, my pussy, and my crack.
I'm just really proud of Bronwyn. But I was saying to you, he is a man of a particular age. If my father was in his late 50s dating a 20-year-old and he had money like that, like, I would be so upset if there was no prenup. Like, I would be yelling and screaming.
But I will say, and this is no offense to Bronwyn, but it wasn't like Bronwyn was like Sally from Southern Charm. It wasn't like she was like some like Instagram model.
It doesn't matter.
It seemed like Bronwyn was just like a normal girl.
She was in her 20s. If your dad was dating a woman in her 20s,
but I'm scared to death of that happening. But
like,
what I'm saying is that Todd wasn't out there trying to get Instagram hoes.
It seems like he is.
Well, now he might be. I think
that he is. It just really is shocking. Like, I mean, I could see myself being with an older man, but like he would have to be like charming and funny, and like I just have never seen that in Todd ever. So I don't understand.
Listen, I hope that one day you will get that opportunity.
Right,
that seems like be a really great thing to shoot for.
No.
Which, by the way, we'll get into this. But
I'm going
this girl,
after Whitner,
Whitner on
guys.
Southern Charm. I've never seen a female boner like the one Rebecca had watching this episode.
Go into my DMs, Whitner.
No.
You like pregnant girl.
He said he wants to have a family.
I'm
like,
ready, baby. It's locked in.
Whitner, I don't even think this baby looks like me, so we could pass it off as your baby really quickly.
Totally.
You could be in Provence.
Oh my God, that house in Provence, that whole like compound that his family has, unbelievable.
Really good. And then I think I would feel better too. You would be secure and safe.
Thank you so much.
Well taken care of. My child would be well taken care of.
Yeah, I'm glad that that's it.
Also, what? What'd you say?
I just saw your notes.
What?
Did you tell the people who we were sitting next to for an hour and a half the other day?
Very briefly. So we went to that Vanderpump Rules party at SUR on Monday, and we took these photos out by the SUR Alley, which I think Maritza posted them on our Substack. So subscribe to the Substack.
I didn't like the photos.
Or maybe she put them on our Patreon. I don't know. But anyways, they're somewhere. So sign up for this Substack and the Patreon. Substack's free. But we come back in and we're at the back bar area, and there was like this seated area, and we were walking by. Did I notice it first, or did you?
Yes, you were like,
Rebecca.
Because
Rebecca, we were like standing in front of these two people sitting, and there were sitting areas right next to them, and Rebecca's like, "What did it?" I'm like, "Turn around." You're like, look, be cool when you do it. And we turn, and it's
Hilaria and Gleb.
Hilaria, Baldwin, and Gleb, the dancer from Dancing with the Stars.
Mortal enemy, Hilaria.
And so Rebecca immediately then sits down, and we proceed to sit there for the rest of the evening.
For like a good hour and a half, we were next to Hilaria.
And I think for a good 30 minutes, you were going back and forth of, should I say something?
I think it would be very hypocritical of me to say something because I would have to fawn over her in some way. And like,
you've been, as we all have, been very critical of Hilaria.
Yeah.
First off, I was shocked because this was kind of an influencer thing.
Nobody else was there that wasn't like Bravo VPR adjacent.
It was so
very,
random.
very weird. And she didn't talk to anyone. Can I just say one thing that I really didn't like about Hilaria? There was appetizers going around, which can I just say they were actually quite good. The burger sliders were delicious. It was on
the goat cheese ball was good.
It was on a brioche bun. Really, really good. So this nice girl who was giving out the past apps bends down, because these are like small banquet tables, bends over to them, to like Hilaria and Gleb, to be like, would you like a slider or whatever it was? They did not even acknowledge this woman's existence. Like,
maybe she's trying not to eat carbs, and it like.
So say no. Like, it was so.
See, I didn't see that with my own eyes.
I said it right when it happened.
No, I know
was
you
like,
said it. I didn't see it.
And this woman was like, shout out to this woman. We were talking about pregnancy.
She was so nice.
So nice. And like, speaking of pregnancy, Ryan's like, go talk to Hilaria about having a baby.
I said, put out your bump. Because I thought, Hilaria's been pregnant like 30 times. So I was like.
Maybe like twice, actually.
But then I was like, start doing like pregnant yoga in front of her, because then she'll really respond. I was trying to find ways to like naturally bring it up.
Also surprising she was with Gleb. But like really like it.
But they were chill. They weren't.
She was really, everyone was looking at her. It felt like an animal in a zoo type of thing. Like just no one was saying anything to her. Everyone was just kind of staring.
A lot of people, I talked to a couple of people that knew that was Gleb immediately, and that's what they were drawn to, didn't even notice that was Hilaria. I was like, it's Hilaria. That's who we were like. We were like, Hilaria. And he's like, oh, the one with Gleb? And we're like, yeah, Hilaria.
And then I was like, is Jan here?
Is Jan here? No, Jan was in New York. And by the way, Jan, like I said, in the Eras Tour docu-series that's on Disney Plus right now. Which, by the way, do you want to tell him, when we saw Taylor Swift in Sweden, we stayed at the Marriott, and Cam, one of he's the black dancer that in the first episode of the Eras Tour, first or second, they go through his story about how, his dance instructors always said, what are we going to do about your weight? What are we going to do about your body? And, it was so great. Like, he was broke when this opportunity happened. And Mandy Moore, not the actor, singer, but
it's very confusing every time they say Mandy Moore.
Dance choreographer of Dancing with the Stars and the Eras Tour saw Cam, was like, oh, this is perfect. And then Cam turned out to be like one of the best parts of the tour. But we rode in an elevator with
multiple
Cam,
times.
But I only remember one. Anyways, you know me, in public, I don't talk to people.
Well, I do.
Rebecca
guys.
does in person. Like, I try to hide, and she's like, and I didn't even notice.
We saw the show twice. So, like, after the first night, we were in the elevator with him, and he was talking about some shit. Like, I heard some tea, but I won't say that. But, like, I was like, oh, like...
I think he'd been up all night, right? Like,
I was like, oh my gosh, I can tell Taylor loves you so much. And he did not respond to me, kind of like Hilaria with the past apps girl.
But, and that's, I don't want to put that out there because that guy might have had a rough night. And also, we were fans, and so I don't want to put that out there because he seems like such a sweet, nice dude, or that's what everybody says.
Yeah. I'm just saying
you might have just scared him. I mean, who knows?
I'm just saying he didn't respond to me just like Hilaria.
He is not anything like Hilaria.
No.
Hey, both amazing dancers. I will say that.
Let's not compare. No, but I did not speak to Hilaria, and I'm glad that I made that decision because, like, I think it would have been like, it's like talking to the enemy. But like,
it's hard in those situations though, guys, because like I always talk about that culture of celebrity, that even Bravo celebrities that I don't like, if you're around them, it's like fun to be around them. You're like, cool. And then, it's like there is this bit of disingenuousness where you have to kind of separate two things. But yeah, like if all of a sudden we started like swapping baby talk with like Hilaria,
I saw she was on Nick Vialli's podcast, and like I just like don't want her to go. I don't want anybody to be interviewing her unless we're going to actually be asking real questions, because nobody is asking the real
What are the real questions?
Why did you lie, and are you continually lying about your heritage?
She will never allow those questions to be asked.
We're not going to, you're not going to be on the show. Like, there's no need for it. Like, I just think it's all fake. Like, and even, like, she lies about everything.
I wish pop culture worked that way, but that's just not, unfortunately, how this works.
Well, then I don't want her on the show.
The gotcha stuff doesn't really...
It's not gotcha. It's actually wondering questions. Like, this is who she pretended to be for so long. I loved Hilaria back in the day. Like, I thought, listen, I grew up with Alec Baldwin in my vicinity in like growing up, like, and everyone knew him and spoke about him, and everyone liked Alec like a lot. Like, I've only heard amazing things about Alec Baldwin. So I thought this young woman might have been really interesting, and I liked her mommy blog stuff. And when I heard the Spanish thing, I was really shocked.
Yeah, for years.
Like, that was really, really shocking. I don't know where.
That's when Hilaria really came on my radar, because before that, I didn't pay attention to who Alec Baldwin was dating.
She was making more money than Alec was at the time, like from Instagram. She was one of the original Instagram mommy bloggers. And like she said she was Spanish. Like, we all thought she was Spanish. The little daughter had a Spanish accent because she was doing the Spanish accent.
Oh my God, we should do that with our kid. We should act like we're French or something for the first couple of years of her life and just like really throw her off.
We should act like we're English, because I would love it if she could have a British accent.
I'm P.K. Kemsley. Hello.
Not like that.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to bring up really quickly, because Rebecca had feelings for, was the Summer House trailer for the new season. You saw that on Sunday. What were your thoughts on Summer House trailer?
Well, shockingly, I didn't miss Paige.
I got to tell you, I didn't even think about her
Paige.
once, and that's not.
I love Paige.
I'm not trying to be a dick.
Paige.
Like, I just the trailer started, and I just spent the whole time. Usually, you'll see a trailer, and you're like, oh, that person's not there anymore. But it was such a well done trailer that you just didn't think about her not
loss.
being there. You know?
Yeah. I mean,
well, okay, so. Obviously, and it's so funny when, it was such a well-done trailer that, 6 days after it was released, you're sitting there going, well, The Kyle Amanda stuff, I mean, why is it still shocking? This same story happens every season. Every season, this same story happens. And there's also one moment in every season where Kyle loses it on somebody, whether it be Hannah one season, Lindsay the next, and now it's Carl. And now everybody's like,
I don't even care about that.
Like, but that was like, I mean, I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, wait a sec, that happens every season. But So Bad It's Good is sponsored by our friends over at Mint Mobile. I use Mint Mobile, and you should too. In fact, I just convinced my dad to switch to Mint Mobile because I'm not going to let big wireless and my overpriced phone bill suck the joy out of my holidays this year. Because right now, all of Mint Mobile's unlimited plans are 50% off. I can get 3, 6, or 12 months of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month. It is their best deal of the year, and it makes it really easy for me to give my expensive wireless bill the Scrooge treatment. So all Mint plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network. You can also bring your current phone number over to Mint, and there are no contracts and no nonsense. So turn your expensive wireless present into a huge wireless savings future by switching to Mint. Shop Mint Unlimited plans at mintmobile.com/sobad. That's mintmobile.com/sobad. Limited time offer, upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12 months. Plan required, $15 a month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra, initial plan term only, 35 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. Capable device required. Availability, speed, and coverage varies. See mintmobile.com. The big thing was that Kyle stayed at a fan's house, fell asleep at a fan's house until 6:30 in the morning.
What a 43-year-old Kyle. What a fucking loser. Like, if you stayed out till 6:30 in the morning, I would lose my shit on you. Like, so freaking
No, obviously.
hard.
But did you see that one photo of, like, the Snapchat? That somebody...
but Amanda said that wasn't the night.
Yeah, well, somebody had posted a Snapchat photo of, like, this guy's still here at 5:30 in the morning.
Also, these guys are so dumb. Like, Kyle will never get a hotter, funnier. Like, Amanda is so cool. Like, Amanda, there is an effortless coolness about her. She's so hot. I don't think I've ever seen a hotter body in my life. Like, legitimately, I see her in those bikinis and I'm like, shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like, also, I think the reason Loverboy is what it is because of Amanda Batula.
Her designs.
Her merchandise. Like, I don't care. Like, have you ever tried Loverboy? Like, sorry to that man, but that shit is nasty as fuck. But you know what? I have a bunch of Loverboy merch and I love those sweatshirts so fucking much. They're so cool. Like, Amanda should get 51% of that business.
I want to throw out here, though, is that I think they're well aware of each other's or maybe Kyle's faults, and that at this point, they're along for the ride in terms of the reality show paycheck. Is that I think there's a little bit of...
I think what it is her whole life is Kyle. Like, her job...
I don't think that at all. She has her swimsuit line now.
That's
She's out
not
there.
a real thing.
That is a real thing. She's sold out of every drop.
But how many did they sell out? 20?
10.
Like, yeah, there's no. But really, like, her job is Loverboy. Her job is Summer House. Her whole life is wrapped up into Kyle. I think if she left him, she would be leaving, like, this mat. She doesn't know who she is.
There's this other thing.
Him.
Is that, like, and this is not a comparison. I'm just saying how I just spoke about Taylor Swift and how, like, she's built differently. Like, she's, like, up at all times, just doing shit. Kyle,
like Kyle's
no.
Swift?
I know, but I'm saying Kyle just seems like one of those people that goes, and that includes partying. That's not an excuse, but goes. It also seems like Amanda is more my speed, where Amanda likes to be a little lazy. Amanda likes to, and those are two
Kyle
completely
wants
separate.
To, like, have a child, and if he wants,
I don't
to have
think
a
he
child,
does. I think he likes the idea of a child.
Like,
I think
that's ridiculous. You can't be acting like that.
I think he's thinking of life on a 1,000-year plan, and unfortunately, there are timetables. And I don't know at this point if Amanda
do not have a child with this man.
I think, and I don't want to be hurtful to Kyle or Amanda, but I think Amanda would probably has said on the show already that she has serious doubts about having children with this man. Not because she doesn't, but not because she doesn't love him, but there's so many things that she can't count on with Kyle.
She can't count on him just being a partner, a supportive partner. Like, again, if you were out like that every single night getting drunk, like, I mean, we wouldn't be together, to be honest with you. Like, I just couldn't put up with that shit. I'm too old for that shit. Like, we're not 22. Again, he is a middle-aged man.
Yeah.
Grow the fuck up.
I mean,
and his DJ-ness, like, you know what I always say about DJs.
She didn't care about the most important DJ gig of my life.
I feel like this big middle-aged man thing is to like all of a sudden become a DJ, including Ryan Bailey. Like,
wait. But I also want to say, when we like, you at first were like, I think it would be so cool if you bought DJ equipment and you were out there, like not out there on the road, but here.
Did I not say it's like a middle-aged like thing that men do?
In my defense, I've always liked DJs. Have I not? Come on. Like, and also, I don't want to be I want to be performing for myself. Like,
I told you I'll buy.
And by the way, I haven't.
Buy you a DJ
and by
set.
the way, I haven't ever gotten anything DJ. I mean, well, no, I don't
What
worry.
would your name be?
DJ Kyle Cook. Woo! That'd be great if there's 2 DJ Kyle Cooks out there. But I only perform at 6 in the afternoon. Like, that'd be like, no, I mean, I wouldn't ever perform for people, but there is something that I think would be so fun to be around your house and like mashing up things. And
watch out, ladies, if your man by the age 45 wants to like, do the turntables, like, watch out.
Or a podcast. That's always bad as well.
Yeah,
podcasting is bad as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And then finally, before I know but there's a timestamp. You didn't watch Beverly Hills with me last night, but at the end, Kyle kind of like danced around, but finally said she was in a relationship with somebody after Mauricio and that she was in love, but this person didn't like what that they did in terms of a job and didn't want it to be tight.
Who knew who that Morgan lady was until Kyle?
How dare you?
Like, I mean, I always think it's funny that Kyle's like, Maurice is making me look a fool with all these chicks. I'm like,
she's like skipping around, like, come to my window,
like making out with chicks, like being all
no, we've never seen her make out with a chick.
In that one video, they were like,
in the music video. Okay, yeah. She did the music video with Morgan Wade. I mean, you do forget the lore of Kyle, where it is funny that they keep hitting the Mauricio's a hoe line.
Like, you're a hoe. Your mom's a lesbian. Like, come on.
And Mauricio always
not that there's anything wrong with that. I love a woman being a lesbian.
Yeah.
Love it.
Mauricio's like, like every time. I think he's kind of part laughing because it is true, but also part laughing because, like, I know what you've done, Kyle. I know you because Mauricio's never fully or admitted to falling in love with somebody. Kyle's fallen in love with somebody.
I like it how they were like, Mauricio moved into a dump and it's like a beautiful 4-bedroom house in the hills.
Who said it was a dump?
That when Kyle went over, she was like, you keep saying like you live in a like little shitty apartment or whatever, and it's like this place that
beautiful view.
God, I wish we lived there.
Yeah, beautiful view. Okay, so let's get into Southern Charm. This is called A Movable Beast. Not a movable feast, a movable beast. This is episode 4 of Southern Charm, and the description that Peacock gives us says, as Whitner's literary-themed party continues, Craig pushes Shep to reveal a rumor about Austin. And we had we should get that sound effect so we can just play it we thought.
It's so upsetting that they're not using it properly. Like, editors, like, get it together.
We have scenes from previous episodes, including last, where Craig went over to Charlie's art business and was like, I've always wanted to get a panda or an astronaut painting. And it didn't look like her art gallery had any of that kind of stuff. And then we had the storyline of Sally stalking he has
like the taste of like Cody Brown for art, you know?
It's like a millennial version of Cody Brown from Sister Wives, like if like Cody didn't have kids.
Okay.
Yeah. We have Sally talking about being Craig's hot tub until 4:30, you know, and almost seeming braggy about it, of like, do I like being over at Craig's hot tub until 4:30 in the morning? Yeah. Like, who wouldn't love to be in that fucking hot boiling thing of water in the like summer of Charleston? Yeah, that is a STD soup that these ladies are sitting in.
God, their poor pH balance.
Molly says that Sally can't call dibs on every single man in Charleston. Austin is wishy-washy over his girlfriend Audrey and tells Craig in last episode of like, oh man, you make me miss being single, dude. And then they're all dressing up as literary figures, and a reminder of Craig dressed up as Rufio from the movie Hook, not the book Peter Pan, but the movie. And do it
Rufio. I love that movie so much. Like, we should watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, I always wanted to be part of that food fighting scene. Like, that always looked so cool to me.
The food fight the concept of a food fight always used to piss me off because I was like, I love to eat food. And I was just like, what a waste.
But it was so colorful and magical. And like, shout out, that was Gwyneth Paltrow's first movie.
Yeah, Uncle Stephen.
She played young Wendy.
And you know, she got that
Uncle
role.
Morty, as she calls him.
Because she would be, she said she was driving in a car with Steven and she was in the backseat and she was talking about how she had just seen Silence of the Lambs. And Steven Spielberg was watching her from like the rear view mirror and like kind of checking her. And he's like, would you like to audition for a film? And they said they held true to the story that she auditioned, but it's kind of like Tori Spelling auditioned for 90210, you know, where she was like, my dad had no idea I was in there.
Tori Spelling said that nobody knew who she was and she used a fake name. Please.
Yeah, we could see that. Yeah, you'd be like,
you look
Tori.
just like your dad.
Yeah, so Craig loses it at the party because Austin, and in Craig's defense, Austin was poking at Craig. He was talking shit. He was.
They both.
And Craig's like, just be yourself, man. Yeah, I'm having late night parties at my bathtub outside, and it's a blast. Happy people don't tear people down, Austin. I hope you can find happiness one day. And Austin's like, same to you, you dick. And then what?
No, it's just like, I think they should just like fucking figure it out.
They should fucking figure it out or talk to us
like,
about how they did.
Other.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Or how they already have fucked, because it is starting to get. And I don't want to like be offensive to, you know, gay people in any sense.
Oh my God, we're not being offensive.
But there is this element of like, have you guys fooled around? Because it seems so personal on a sexualized level.
I could see them like fucking like a girl together or like bringing home
and like staring at each other's eyes.
Or like
Eiffel Towering.
Like, definitely Eiffel Towering, or like someone touches someone, or maybe like they get lost in each other.
Like, I don't know, dude, it just felt good. It felt right.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, feel it, dude.
Yeah.
And that's why the Page thing was. Anyways, they open and everyone is shocked because this Craig and Austin thing went down. And Austin doesn't even know what just happened. And Shep is like, wait, you know, but isn't our whole friendship based on snarky comments?
Guys, nobody's friendship should be based on snarky comments. Like, that's not.
But a lot of people's especially male friendships are based on snarky comments.
Yeah, but a lot of male friendships aren't like great friendship.
Exactly. But that's what we're not seeing an example of beautiful. This isn't the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. This is like males in Austin that have been on a reality show for 11 seasons.
Does Austin like have real friends, like real man friends?
He does. You know, Austin's best friend is Rod.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's like in real life.
Okay.
But Austin does have a group of, like, they all have friends that are not on this show. That is why.
Know. Sometimes,
they really do.
There's this lone wolf mentality with men a lot of the times. I know a lot of women will probably know about this, where it's like your man doesn't have anybody. Like when women break up.
Just say my name. My God.
You have friends. I mean, when women like break up with men, we not only are we going to therapy, we're working out, we're talking with all of our girlfriends in depth about everything.
Yeah.
Like we really talk things out, and like men just don't do that.
That's very true.
It's like that whole thing of like men not wanting to like ask for directions. It's that same thing, like I can do it by myself, you know, but it's like,
this
no.
TV is my therapist.
Oh, I just thought about like Sheena Shea and the TV. 7 minutes.
Oh, no, I was just talking about like men watch TV.
Oh.
You know, they'll be like, okay, I'll just watch this show and just brood, right? And then go out and like drink heavily or
and
something.
Like fuck some chick and then make her life miserable.
And then become a DJ. So
exactly.
Austin isn't going to let this night be ruined by a man bully, he says, you know, because they're all dressed as literary figures, and this is Whitner's birthday party. And
God, why aren't these girls into Whitner? Like, fuck these other guys. Like, Whitner's a real lawyer. He's attractive.
We'll get to
fuck.
You sucking Whitner's balls. Like, stop.
Did you see that food? Did you see how
We're
good that
getting
looked?
to the food.
Sorry, Whitner throws a nice party.
Craig and Whitner. So Craig's inside like, oh, like he's like, oh. And it is so funny. This is what you do love with costumes. And you love a show that's been on this many years because there's real relationships. So then you're like kind of like laughing at the ridiculousness of the fight, but then also laughing at the ridiculousness of the costume.
Oh my God. Like every time they showed Madison, I like loved it so much with that wig.
Yeah, it's just great. Like you're like, oh, this is ridiculous on a couple of different levels. So Craig's in there bitching to Whitner, and Austin's like,
such a little bitch.
Austin can't get over the fact that I'm single and having fun. And everybody's like preparing food in there. It's like, maybe get your makeup like in your teary eye drop makeup away from the food. food?
Lumify. Like, I know people are probably going to say,
oh,
like,
yeah, his eyes were like
bad.
bloodshot. Did you notice that? His eyes were completely red.
But, like, I know people shouldn't be taking Lumify. Like, it probably does something awful. Like,
I'd never heard of Lumify until her.
Yo, guys, if you're ever, like, about to go to a party, a little bit of Lumify, bright white eyes. Unbelievable. I love it.
Wait, if you're about to go to a party, people should have bright white eyes?
It just makes you more attractive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
you're not red-eyed like Craig.
Okay, yeah, but anyways, Vanita's in there, like, helping, like, put all the food on the dishes, and Whitney is, so Whitner says that he isn't a he's a lawyer. He's not a litigator, and he doesn't like conflict. And he goes, not my circus, not my monkeys. And this is when, like, because Rebecca's had the hots for Whitner for a couple episodes now, but Rebecca was like, yeah, that's exactly right. Like, this guy's got a real job. Now, Sally outside.
He does have a real job.
Sally, Miss Pick-Me, trying to, like, sleep, just trying to, like, she just wants his penis inside her so bad. And she's doing everything in her power. So she's seeing, like, Craig, are you okay, bud? Are you okay?
It's just, this show is rooted in patriarchy. Like, that's what this whole show is about. And she is, like, actually the clearest, most compelling manifestation of that, like, of wanting to have, like, if a man doesn't pick her, if a man doesn't,
that ruins her day.
If a man doesn't like her, she doesn't feel good about herself.
And isn't it interesting when people have that viewpoint, it seems like those are the people that don't get picked.
And listen, I understand it. Like, when I was young, I was male-centered, not at 29, but, like, when I was in my early 20s, I was male-centered. So I do understand it, but, like, it is such a bad look. And I just wonder if she's watching this and can see it clearly.
I do wonder, too, is if this is, like, getting, like, it's a real crash course in how she might be perceived and what that's doing to her right now. I'm always curious about that. Because she's getting a lot of negative feedback, I would imagine.
I mean, that's all I see about it. I see a lot of negativity. And even if there wasn't, just, like, watching it is embarrassing, I think.
Yeah. Anyways, they're all sitting around the dinner table as the food comes out. And Vanita tells Austin that's like, hey, Craig was inside bitching about you, Austin. And Craig doesn't even realize I'm team you, Austin. Because, Vanita obviously has bones to pick with Craig, rightfully so. And somebody says Craig knows he can get away with murder, and what's frustrating is that their friend group lets him. And I thought that was interesting.
Everybody lets him.
Because Craig's like cock of the walk. He's like the top of the pops, and everybody, like, is almost scared because Craig is so wildly popular with the Bravo audience. And I think, there are those people too where you're like, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it to fight with them because they're just going to yell louder.
Imagine being in a relationship with him, how annoying he must be. Like, he can never admit that he's wrong. He does go to the jugular. Like, God, it must have been hard, Paige. Shout out, Paige.
Well, who knows? I mean, who knows with that? I mean, it lasted for 3+ years. And
that's
it seems
a long
like it was,
time.
Yeah.
They, I'm sure, had a lot of fights.
Whitner thanks everyone for playing along with the theme of the night. And this is like the food gets brought out, you guys. It's rigatoni, linguine with crab. And the bolognese had like the green pasta.
This was homemade
guys,
pasta.
It looked so good.
Yeah, like, where did they order from? Like, I need to know. That was delicious. Like, we maybe need to get the good pasta. By the way, last week we were talking about the crab boil. We did end up getting the good crab after we did this podcast because I needed it so bad. And I got the NA beer, like Madison. Delicious, guys. Delicious.
I will say, too, though, is if this show at that moment had turned into, like, a cooking show, I would have been okay with it.
Yeah.
Like, I'd been like, yeah, I'm good with, like, watching them, like, serve up these dishes.
Good.
Craig turns to Charlie. Like, he had just been getting his ass kissed by Sally. He turns to Charlie, and Craig's like, hey, maybe I can cook for you sometime, huh? Hey, did you find me a painting, stupid? And, he didn't say stupid, but he's kind of like, hey, where's the painting I told you to get me? And they have a flashback to Charlie saying, I can bring art over to your house and let you look at it and you measure things. But Charlie at the table's like, Craig, I don't want to talk about this right now. I don't want to talk about work right now.
I'm glad that, like, Charlie's embarrassed. Like, she's like, these are 38-year-old, 37-year-old
embarrassed, but still admits that she digs Craig and would like to date him. So it's only embarrassed for so far.
She's 27. She's young.
And also, Craig, are you going to fight with me? Craig is a very good-looking man.
I never said he wasn't.
He's uniquely good-looking.
I don't want to fuck
I fight with Sophie
Craig
about this. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to fuck Craig. And I don't find him hot like that. But yeah, like, he's tall, he's handsome.
He's no Whitner, right?
There's something about Whitner.
No, I'm not
sorry.
Anyways,
I never went for, like, the, Kens of the world,
Well,
like,
it's called growth, but you're getting there.
No, I never did. I never did.
Never gone for the good-looking type people.
No, obviously I pick hotties, duh. But like that wasn't a thing.
Shep, in regards to the Charlie...
The big problem with these men is they're all over 6'4". Like, I mean, if they weren't rich...
Is that a problem? It seems like everybody loves that they're 6'4".
Yes, that's their problem. Is they're all rich on a reality show and over 6'4".
That's
and have their hair.
And God forbid this ever happened, but if they were in some kind of tragic accident, they all had to be in wheelchairs. Let's see how they do then. Was that offensive?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. No, but you know what I'm saying? That would take away the height advantage.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. So anyways, Shep, in regards to the Charlie, Sally, Craig thing, Shep's like, there is some sort of threesome happening, but
there was probably a threesome.
But he goes, there's some sort of threesome thing happening, but I can't read the room because I'm not even in it.
45-year-old Shep.
But Shep acknowledging the fact that he is not even in that room he's not even in play with either of these ladies. I love that.
So I said last week I've been listening to this lady's TikTok and she like reads or she plays the audio of these different people's books, and she's been playing Shep's book recently.
Shout out the TikTok so they can
don't know her name, sadly, but I will next week. Okay. I'll like make a note of it. So, interesting things about Shep that I've learned. Shep was kicked out of his boarding school like 2 months before graduation. That feels very on point with Shep. So
he never graduated?
He did somehow, obviously, because he went to college, but he has like a lot of hate towards that boarding school. And just like a boarding school kid in general, like we know all about that. Another thing is he's like broken all of his teeth many times. Like he's had many sets of veneers, which now that you look at them, they are like that like Washington, wooden veneers. I think when veneers get a bad rap sometimes, but like these
I think rightfully so they get a bad rap sometimes.
Well, if you go to a good person, like you can get
people are like putting IMAX screens in their mouth.
I think that Shep needs to get his redone, honestly.
Well,
shout out Shep. Like honestly, I find Shep very, very interesting. Yes, I do. I would like to go out to dinner with him.
Jesus, what?
Just dinner. I don't want to do anything.
Am I allowed to be there, or is it just you two?
Yes, I would love it if you were
there.
Again, Shep doesn't go down
shout
on
out
women.
Shep. Wait, what did you say that again?
Shep doesn't go down on women.
Yeah, remember when Taylor Ann said that Shep doesn't go downtown?
Like, Taylor Ann basically said that he just, like, fucks for 30 seconds, gets his rocks off, and is like, that was great, guys.
And but I like that. Anyways.
What? Also, finish that
No,
sentence.
I just thought, like, isn't that... Like, wouldn't you feel guilty if you like 30 seconds, and then wouldn't you feel like you would have to like apologize and be like, I'm so sorry, like like are you like that would just I just feel like
you're a good person.
No, I'm not a good person, but I feel the reality. But I feel like the reality of that is like, is that the real reality?
I think that's real Shep. Like, I think that says a lot.
But see, if you,
if your man isn't thinking about your pleasure, there is something wrong with that man.
Yeah.
Like, just right straight up.
Speaking of a young Shep, reminder, on our web store, we have the Young Shep t-shirt with the oil painting that was on last week's episode. It is on our web store right now. It's the perfect gift for people to give for holidays or for people that don't like going down on women. Okay, so Austin is making fun of Craig's eyeliner, running and crying at the table. So Austin still really hasn't learned he's still bagging on Craig at the table. And Madison rolls her eyes at Craig. Madison's talking to Austin and just like, I just can't pretend anymore with Craig. I just can't pretend anymore. And Sally says Sally's now talking to Craig, just looking into Craig's eyes lovingly. And Craig's
my God.
Like,
did you see her body language? Like, she was straddled on that picnic table
Talk to me, Craig. Talk to me. And he's like, we trigger each other, Sally. We trigger each other. And
he used the word trigger so many times.
Well, this is when and I think he was like this even before Paige. Like, he's so and I'm this way as well. Like, he's so into girl shit. Like, he's so into how girls speak. Yeah, I do the same thing.
That's not how girls speak.
No, but like the overuse of like trigger, like
that's therapy talk.
Anywho, I've heard it more from females than male, but I feel like
maybe
it's
because women
slowly
are
making
therapy.
its way to Bravo with the men of Bravo.
I hope Craig is in therapy. I hope all these guys are in fucking therapy.
Sally says that what Craig said was more hurtful, and Craig was like, oh, I'm going to grab another beer. And Sally's like, I'll go with you. And then Charlie is talking to Shep and it was like, oh, can I hold your gun? Because, Shep is dressed up like a Lonesome Dove cowboy, even though he looks like Woody from Toy Story. And Charlie's like, oh, your gun is heavier than I thought it was. And Austin's like,
no, Shep.
No. But Austin goes, I'm about to make a that's what she says joke, but I'll be told that I'm unhappy by Craig. And
all these guys are little fucking bitches.
And then Craig's like, oh, I hear you. Keep running your mouth. And if you keep running your mouth, Shep is going to say something that's going to ruin your life. I won't say it, but Shep will, and he will ruin your life. Wait, would you do that, Shep? Wouldn't you do that? And Shep's like, I don't know anything. What a weird thing to be like. If you keep running your mouth, Shep's going to say something that's going to ruin me, Craig, but Shep's going to say something. Shep's not even in this argument.
I love it. Like, thank God for these guys trying to ruin each other's lives. Like, we don't see this on Bravo. Is there another show on Bravo where the men are ruining each other's lives?
Inside the Actors Studio?
No, I'm serious.
No,
Is there another show on
television? Vanderpump Rules, like Jack said at one point, was trying to ruin the other men's lives.
A little, but I guess.
Anyway, Shep's like, I don't know anything, dude. And, something like Craig's like saying like, hey man, I would care if I were you. I would care. Like I'm Rubio. And Austin's like, this is insane, dude. This is insane. And Madison's like, Craig crossed the line tonight. You have to talk to him, Austin. And Austin's like, oh,
they both crossed the line, but Craig really did cross the line
at that point. But it was so funny because Austin, this is like what we always talk about reality television. Because in normal life, you most likely would run away from the situation or the situation wouldn't happen at all. But for reality television, you have to have those conversations. Because Austin, the last thing he wants to do is talk to Craig right now.
What you always said, Tom Sandoval.
Sandoval would be like, dude, like reality shows is like you get paid to
run towards
the situation than run away from it, which people do in normal life, dude.
But I mean, that is true. Like, if you were in this situation, you would leave the party. Like, you would just be like, I'm done with these fuckers. And you would never talk to them again.
Anyways, Austin talks to Craig, and Vanita says to Shep, what do you have on Austin? And Shep's like, here's what happened.
Oh, my God.
2 fucking 25-year-old girls in New York in the West Village comes up to me and says, my friend is talking to Austin. And I said, I don't know. I don't care. Leave me the fuck alone.
I'm sure that's what he
said. Yeah. He was like, can you go to bed with me? Stop bringing up Austin. I'm getting jealous.
Yeah.
What about you ladies? Do you want to be with me? But I love every time he keeps telling the story a couple times in this, he's like, it starts with 2 fucking 25-year-olds. 2 moronic 25-year-old girls. And probably he calls them moronic because, like, they won't hook up with me. Yeah. They won't let me in the room. But he's like, yeah.
Shep, you could be their father.
He goes, I don't know. I don't care. Leave me the fuck alone. 0 smoking gun. So stupid and not noteworthy at all. But I did call Craig and I was like.
By the way, I do believe that, like, okay, if Austin wasn't actually having sex with other women or kissing women without guilt or with guilt or whatever, like Craig was, I could see him having text or DM conversations or leaving people open, like just giving people just enough breadcrumbs where they would continue to be talking. Like, yeah, I could see him talking to a 25-year-old girl in the West Village, 100%.
Yeah, but I think he's best friends with Madison right now. Like,
but
I think he's
really.
just.
Madison's like, they're on a television show. Madison's pregnant. Like, they're not really.
I think
friends.
also, I think it's probably gotten blurred over the years, but I think Austin finds it easier to be closer with women and gay men.
Austin was also fucking women all the time when he was with Madison.
That's what I said. I think everything got blurred, but I would be curious to know Austin before this and after this. And if he was all like, what was that? Where was that blend and how he has changed?
Austin is the only son. I think there's like with just women with girls. Yeah. So maybe he does feel more comfortable.
Anyways, Shep says, I called Craig immediately and said, should I say something to Austin? And Craig said, don't do it. I don't want to interrupt his peace, which is another weird way to word something of like these men going, don't interrupt Austin's peace.
Like Austin's
don't interrupt
so
Austin's
peaceful.
Peace, you guys. Shep in a talking head says, I let it melt away. You know, I didn't say anything. But now Craig threw me under the bus to strengthen his position. And Austin inside to Craig's like, why'd you go at me so hard, dude? And it's like, I just said you had a late night with 2 hot girls. What a pussy thing to be upset about, Craig. And Craig's like, you said said you were afraid of me at the reunion last year. I feel betrayed, Austin. And then
they're just like upset at each other all the time. Like when he's in a relationship, they're mad that that Craig's in a relationship. When he's not, they're mad that he's not. Like there's never a time.
And now they're mad at Austin for being in a relationship.
Right. There's never a time when they're not jealous. Again, suck
Weird.
each other's dick, guys. Like, just do it.
And I don't want to be reductive, but it does seem more than just like a friend thing. Like, there is such passion behind this.
Have you ever been best friend? Like, I definitely have been best friends with a girl. This has been like in my 20s, early 30s. And then they got a boyfriend. And then there is a bit of jealousy because they're spending all the time with the other person. It used to be like you guys were like the two, people.
You know,
you got married very, very early.
A little
so maybe
bit,
you didn't have that.
But I will say, I think also one of the defects in my personality is I will accept things pretty quickly. I'll be like, okay, you're not talking to me anymore. And I'll just let things happen.
Yeah.
I'll just let, and I'll
Again,
internalize it. I'll internalize
man
it.
Thing.
I'm not saying this is good. I'm just saying that's what I've done a lot in the past. Anyways, Craig is yelling at Austin going, it was a lie what you said about me. You're not scared of me like you said you were at the reunion. And Austin's like, I kind of am, Craig. Yeah. By the way, Craig is yelling at Austin while he's saying this. And Craig's like, I don't know, man. I think we just have way more work than I thought we did, And Austin's like, what do you want from me? No. Craig says, what do you want from me, Austin? And Austin's like, I want grace.
You hate it when people say, I want grace.
It's such
Whenever
a housewives
I bring that
thing.
Up, Ryan
grace.
Gets so upset.
Because it's like avocados. Like all of a sudden avocados. Because all of a sudden when I grew up, avocados weren't a thing. And all of a sudden they just popped out.
Why do you say it like that? Avocados?
I don't know. But anyways, avocados weren't a thing. I was joking.
Avocados were always
not when I'm older than you. Avocados,
Kansas.
Yeah, they weren't a thing in Kansas. All of a sudden they pop up out of nowhere.
They
in
did
my
not
opinion,
pop
I know
up out of nowhere.
They kind of popped up out of nowhere.
No, they didn't.
And
Ryan.
then yes, they did. And so
Ryan Bailey says avocados popped out.
I feel the word grace has popped out of nowhere.
I know it's always Mexican food.
No, I know it always existed, but it just became in vogue. Come on, avocados had a big moment.
Kale had a big moment.
Yeah, exactly. Kale, the same thing.
No, avocados.
Avocados has stayed around though. Kale is on the outs.
This is the weirdest conversation I've ever had.
What do you want from me?
It feels racist, honestly.
How does this feel racist?
It's again,
avocados?
Yeah.
Anywho, Austin in a talking head says, real apologies don't have a but at the end of it. That's another overused thing. I hear that in reality shows so much.
I've never heard
real
that.
Apologies don't have a but at the end of it. Anyway, Sally outside is like, I told Craig to apologize, and all of you guys thought I was flirting. And Molly's like,
You were.
Molly's like, well, anyways, I heard you had words to say about me. Molly says, you were coming for me in regards to Madison's baby shower, saying I drank too much. And and then Sally says, you said Sally goes, yeah, Molly, you said I'm calling dibs on all the guys. Who would even think that? And Benita's like, Craig.
She did call dibs on all the guys.
She did. And they do a flashback where we even see that. And Molly says, if you're talking to Charlie, if you're telling Charlie not to talk to Craig, that is telling people to stay away from somebody. And
also,
Rodrigo.
Let's remember that Taylor Ann said that she was like fucking a married doctor during this whole time.
That was but then Sally said that wasn't true.
Well, Sally says a lot. Sally also says that she didn't call dibs on anybody.
Sally sells singles by the seashore. Molly, so Rodrigo says, hey, if we're being honest, you did do that, Sally.
Did you see the cigarette in Rodrigo's ear? Damn. That looked so fucking
Rebecca,
good.
even though she didn't smoke cigarettes, has been dying.
I did smoke cigarettes
but
back
a long,
in the
long time
day.
ago. But she's been dying for a cigarette.
All I want is a cigarette. Like,
all I want
man.
for Christmas
but you know
is a cigarette.
You know what's always sad is like if you haven't smoked cigarettes in years and then you have that cigarette, it doesn't hit the way you want it to hit. Like you get sick.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't. Like the
but
one.
then
I had,
the second one does.
Like
and
the one
third,
I had
and then
with
when you're back on.
Mercedes June a few years ago. Like that didn't hit the way I wanted it to hit.
Molly says,
maybe one day, guys.
All of these ladies are fighting over a man dressed as Rufio right now. And Molly says in a talking head that Sally is the ultimate pick-me girl, which we just talked about, needs validation from men all the time. And Sally says, I'm just in the hot tub living my life. Like, what's even going on? If you ever said I'm in a hot tub living my life besides like a spring break situation, or maybe our kid goes to college in 20 years and then we get into a hot tub.
Yo, what if we had a hot tub? Then I could be like, I'm just in the hot tub living my life.
Great way. I'm sure hot tub sales have just shot up. Shep's
Again, I've heard hot tubs are really, really bad for women. Like my OBGYN years ago said that is just like a UTI waiting to happen when you sit down, like your whole like.
And that's a special episode of Southern Charm you're never going to see. Where Sally's like, I can't be out tonight. Like I have really bad pain in my crotch area.
Yeah,
you know?
Like they all have crabs.
Yeah. Shep is like, should I go in there and talk to the dudes? And Shep goes in. And Craig goes, I don't want to be a part of this, and goes outside.
What a bitch.
And
he can't even be there.
Craig to the table is like, this is not going to be good. And we hear Austin going, tell me what you said, motherfucker. And then Shep's like, these two moron girls, Austin, their friends are talking to Austin. And I said, I don't want to know another word. I don't want to know another word. So I called Craig and I said, should I tell Austin and interrupt his piece? And he said, let's not interrupt Austin's piece. They keep saying interrupt Austin's piece. Austin in a talking head says, there is no truth to the rumor that I cheated on my girlfriend. It upsets me so much. I don't think in this case it was true. It upsets me so much that this bullshit is being spread. Rod in a talking head is like, are you fucking kidding me? You push Shep under the bus in front of everyone in regards to Craig at the dinner table outside. Madison is pregnant and is like, I gotta leave. I'm sober and I'm seeing this argument with a different set of eyes than I normally would because I normally be drinking. Austin and Shep are still in the kitchen arguing. And Shep's like, Craig's our friend. And Austin's like, is he a friend? Is he our friend, Shep? Is he? Craig outside is like, I won't be gaslit, Sally.
Another one of these words that he loved.
I won't be told, when I see someone who is not doing what they need to do, I feel misunderstood. And people come after me a lot for that, Sally. People do. I'm misunderstood. I'm a bad boy.
Craig and his like little violin.
Yeah.
Please.
And Sally's like, I am here for you, Craig. You need to understand. You are so great. And Craig's smile, he's like, oh my God.
I mean, who wouldn't like
I know.
that,
to be loved.
That's all Craig wants.
To be loved without earning it is so amazing.
Yeah, right?
Because Paige would give this man shit every day.
Paige would be like, you're a fucking loser. What the fuck
But
are
that's
you
interesting,
talking about?
too. Like, they weren't right for so many reasons. Like, I don't think you need to be up Craig's asshole, but I do think...
Craig probably needed to be humbled. Yeah.
Anyways, Craig's like smiling like a goofy bastard, and Whitner's like, well, my first birthday party after my breakup, but what are you gonna do?
Obsessed with Whitner. Obsessed.
Anyways, Austin's inside with Shep, and Austin says, Shep will ruin your life because there is conjecture about girls. Yeah, I talk to girls at bars, Shep, and Audrey knows I talk to girls at bars, and guess what? Audrey talks to guys at the bar.
This was weird.
And I was like, what bar are we talking about? Audrey's talking to guys now at bars? What? And he's like, why do I even come around, you fucking assholes? Why tell you guys anything? It's because you get paid.
Yes, like
you get a check.
A good one.
I'm sure at this point you get a nice that's like taking care of cat money, taking care of kittens. You're able to buy all the litter, right?
$426 worth.
Yeah. Good memory. Anyways, Craig says, I try my hardest not to be involved in it. This is a Shep thing. And Austin leaves because he feels blindsided. Okay, now we're at Rebecca's favorite scene. We're at Whitner's house.
Yeah.
And he says, I wake up at 4:35 sharp every day. I'm a creature of habit. Now, I want to say, it says 4:35 on the screen. If you look at the man's clock, it says 6:28 a.m. We're being lied to. We're being lied to, and Whitner's a liar. We're being lied to.
Reality show.
You're not on your game. You say 4:35 and I see 6:28 on the clock?
The camera people did not want to be there at 3 in the morning to set up the shot.
On Beverly Hills this week, they blurred all of the dongs at that sip and draw party. then blur the. I shouldn't be at home noticing this.
Listen, the editors are really, there should be bop-a-doos, there should be we should be blurring times, like get it together.
You can't lie to us. It's not good. Anyways,
this man has a regimen. And that's what I like. This is a real lawyer, not a fake lawyer. This is a man who gets up. He works out.
He says 5 a.m. out the door. I run 3 to 4 miles.
I love it.
7 a.m. I shower, a dress, and I'm out the door for our office. I put the dog on a bike.
Did you see how cute that bike was with that like front thing with the dog? Like, and that's a good looking dog. That's a spaniel. Like,
he's got your dream life, babe.
That's a rich dog.
Rituals keep me on task, on the right direction, and it's always good to have a practice. His practice, there's a lawyer, is commercial trademark stuff.
And it looks like he's a real lawyer. Like, that looked like a real lawyer's office.
Yeah. He FaceTimes his mom. I will say this is something negative about Whitner, and I don't know if you noticed this. He was at his desk, but there was a standing desk in the back, yet he's sitting.
You are
this guy's
at
a maniac.
This
guy's a maniac. This guy is not to be trusted.
You're at a standing desk sitting.
Because you're pregnant, babe.
I have never seen you stand at this standing desk once in my life.
Because you're blind. Like, what are you
I've never seen it. I've lived it for a long time.
I'm not on this show. I'm just saying it's something to look out for. We've been lied about the clock. We've been lied about the standing desk.
Maybe he's tired from running 4 miles.
Then he should go to a doctor. Anyways, his mom's at their house in Provence, France.
I don't know if that was their house.
I think it was, but she's like...
Oh, my God, it was their house?
Let's do a farm weekend when you come home. And then he lets us know he grew up on this place called Itchy Grass Farm or whatever.
It looked amazing.
It's a compound. It has a huge house, all of these small houses. Yeah, pool, everything. And he's like, I'm feeling the pressure of settling down, doing the wife and kids things. And this is when Rebecca, I was like seeing it. Rebecca was like, he'll have the child with me. Like, I've already done that part. I'll move in. We see Whitner's ex-fiance.
I wonder what actually happened.
We talked about this last week. We don't know.
Because he said that she ghosted him, right? And I personally have never ghosted an actual real relationship. My mother ghosted her fiance back in her early 30s.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she did. And I side-eye her about that.
Can we get her on Southern Charm?
Yeah, I just wonder what that was all about. Well,
you didn't ask her what that was all about? If she told you, you didn't go, what was that all about?
We could talk about it. There was drug use and stuff.
Oh, well, let's not talk about it. Yeah.
But I don't really understand. I've only ghosted a friend once, and that was because it was really bad. There was no way out, and that was the only way. But I just wonder, what's the real story? Where is she? Can we find her?
I said, reality television, she will be found, and she'll probably be on the show one day. But Whitner's ex-fiance is blurred in the photo that we see.
She looks like all the other girls on this show. She looks like Taylor Ann. She looks like Charlie. She looks like
and I don't want to put this out about Whitner.
Flowers, is that her
But
name?
I was looking at the recent Jeffrey Epstein photo dump, and there is a picture of the women with blurred out faces. I don't want to put it out there, but it is interesting. Just saw that Epstein photo, and then I watched Southern Charm, and Whitner is with somebody with a blurred out photo. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not even gonna...
that's strike 3 in my book. The mom sings happy birthday to Whitner over the phone. Very cute. Obviously, this guy has got it going on.
And he's best friends with his mom.
And that means none of these girls will ever want him on the show.
Know.
None of these girls. So it's
why
none of these girls.
Wanting the real catch? You want an old man that has no fucking job, wooden
You know what? You know what? Why doesn't Whitner get with Miss Patricia? That'd be awesome.
Okay.
No, Miss Patricia's a very beautiful woman still. Uh-huh. Oh, you don't. Oh, don't take Whitner. Don't take Whitner. You have Whitner.
I'm gonna text Whitner right now.
Anyways, we cut to Sally's house, and Sally's FaceTiming Charlotte, her mom, and
this was weird.
She's like, "Oh my God, my dog Boots just did something so weird, Mom. Boots pissed on me," and we see Boots pissing on Sally, which is Boots. Speaks for the audience, it seems like.
Yeah, that's true.
She has 2 sisters, we find out, but they all had the same dream of getting married young and having kids. And now they have husbands and kids. And Sally's like, now it's my turn. Good luck. Now I'm going to sit in a hot tub until I bake, until Craig gets me pregnant. What are you thinking?
Well, this is going to be some big lessons for Sally in these next few years, because I don't see that happening for her at this moment in her life. So I think being 35 in the South, unmarried, no kids. I think that's going to be very, very difficult.
We all have a cross to bear. We all have a cross. She says to her mom, me and Charlie went to Craig's house after Whitner's party, and we all got into the hot tub.
Why would you
Didn't get home until 5 a.m. And she says it like, Mom, check this out.
Her mom was like, was it a menage a trois?
Yeah, she's like, nothing good happens after midnight, Sally. Did you stay up all night chatting? Unless there was a menage a trois.
Now, let me tell you what I think really is going on. I don't think Craig wants Sally at all. He obviously is really into Charlie, and he probably wants Sally to leave so bad.
Yeah, and he probably doesn't even want to be in the hot tub that long. He's like, I'm going to wait her out. Like, obviously, Sally should not be able to withstand this kind of heat. And then obviously she just stays in the hot tub.
Drunk, and then you're in that hot tub and like, oh, God.
And all he was like, it's just a bit, and all the makeup, his body makeup, because he had body makeup on too.
Yeah.
And they're all just like in that hot tub together. And like Sally's the odd man out. They're just like waiting for Sally to leave.
Exactly. That's what it is. And she just like doesn't see it because she's like, all the guys want me. And it's like, no, babe. Also, does her hair look a little pink toned in like her talking head?
Well, I think you guys have similar colors, babe.
Please do not compare.
No, but I'm just saying, like,
no.
Sally in a talking head says, I'm surprised nothing has happened in that hot tub. We were there until 5 a.m.
She's like, every guy wants me, so it doesn't make any sense.
She's like, I think it's just odds. Like, what man has a hot female in their hot tub and doesn't want to make a move? It's weird, man. I love it. Like, it's Sally. It would be great if Sally just insinuates, Craig's got to be gay. Like, he's just got to be gay. She pointed out to her mom that she has so many of Craig's clothes at her place because they don't have bathing suits when they go. And so Craig has to give them clothes for his hot tub.
You know that she like wears those clothes all the time.
Oh, it's full on.
That. You know when like you're very young and you get like something of some. Oh my gosh, it was kind of like when we first started dating and you got my dead shirt and you would wear that like every time. You're like Sally.
Yeah, I am like Sally.
Yeah.
She says, if I go after a guy, I end up getting him. It is what it is. And Mom says, enjoy the moment of your man soup. She just says, enjoy the moment, not the man soup thing. We cut to Madison's house. Her and her son, Hudson, 12, are manning the grill.
This looked delicious.
Yeah.
This looked like a beautiful meal.
This kid's working the grill at a young age. I love it.
You know what bothered me, though? They were feeding the dog a lot of food. And you know I have problems with feeding the dog a lot of food. This guy right here, he gives Holly, is our dog, so much people food. I'm totally fine with giving her a little bit here and there. But it's like it's like one for me, one for you. Like all they do is sit and eat together.
Because we're in love. I mean, that's what you do with like people you love.
After Thanksgiving, he gave her like apple pie. Like she had excessive diarrhea. Like it was awful.
We both did. Like, I don't know what.
Yeah, but you do every night.
Don't do this.
You know that Ryan has serious tummy problems.
Don't. Anyways, fun stuff. We cut to Craig's house. And he's like, he cut flowers in his garden. He's like, I thought I had a place to put these. Anyway, Charlie comes over, brings art for Craig to look at.
I actually liked this art. I didn't hate it.
Charlie's like, I like your yellow shirt, Craig. And he goes, I like your red shorts. You look like a boxer. She's weird. Like, I like your red shorts. You look like a boxer. And then he goes, when I'm interested in a girl, I play the long game.
See, he's interested in Charlie. He's not interested in you, Sally.
He goes, I become interested in what she's interested in. Which, by the way, she's interested in Craig, so he goes, I'm interested in myself as well. Like that's like, so he's interested in art all of a sudden.
His house is so femme.
I love it. I love his house.
How does he have a white couch? Like, I don't understand how any of you guys have a white couch. Like, how do you do it?
And by the way, if you are a Southern Charm cast member, I forgot to say this at the beginning. Why are you listening? Because I know a couple of you are, and please don't.
Ooh.
I just don't want to talk about it. But anyways.
Wait, no, who is?
No, I'm not going to talk about it. Charlie says.
Guys, I'm sorry.
Charlie
Shep,
says,
I love you. Austin, like, love you too. Fish for life.
Yeah.
We're family with a PH.
Yeah.
Like, so sorry.
Charlie says in a talking head, yes, I like Craig, and I think he's interested in me too, but I don't feel like I should like have to interpret in anything, which is so funny for a person that their job is art. That like, she doesn't want to, you don't want to work in your normal, like you want to work at work, which is interpreting art. You don't want to do that with your men, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
She's like, I feel like a guy should be like, I like you, let's hang out.
True.
And she goes, have you talked to Austin? And he goes, Austin hasn't talked to me or Shep since the party. In a talking head, Charlie says, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You have a 37-year-old man
You
have 37-year-old men yelling at each other over a hot tub. That's crazy.
That is crazy. You guys are old and
It's crazy,
weird.
but it's also crazy that Charlie leaves herself in a position then to hook up with this dude still. You're like just inviting that kind of shit over and over again.
He's handsome. He's on a television show.
He's a pillow king, yeah.
We haven't talked about the pillows like at all.
I love it. I'm wearing a Craig hat right now.
Oh, yeah, you're a storyteller. Wait, I still don't understand the storyteller thing.
Because he had that scene like goes, what do you say? I'm a lawyer and a storyteller.
He's not a lawyer. And
maybe he's not a lawyer, but
he's not a storyteller.
But it was so funny.
Let's never forget that Craig lied about being a lawyer.
Charlie said, did you apologize?
Or lied about the bar.
Did you apologize? Maybe you should try again. And Craig's like, yeah, I shouldn't have reacted. But I was like, why does me hanging out with Sally and Charlie bother you? Like, it reminds me of like last year, this dude didn't want me to be healthy. And we cut back to a scene last year when Craig's like, I'm all about making money, getting healthy, and fucking my girlfriend. It's all I want to do.
I looked over at you and I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah. So Rebecca was like Team Craig in that sense. And he's like, I haven't even talked with Austin about everything that happened last year.
God, yeah, Craig's a good lay. I always forget.
Oh, yeah, remember, he's freaky deaky.
He's freaky. He does the thing.
Like leather and whips.
Really?
Yeah,
Are you making that up?
No, I think there was something, somebody said something about that, like into like S&M.
Really?
I heard.
Good for Craig.
Charlie said, you have to find a way.
See, Shep, you need to like take a note from that and not be such a weirdo.
Charlie said, you have to find a way to respond that's not at a 10. And, just say, hey, that sucks that you have to say it like that. And I don't feel that way at all. Like, right? Like just saying something calm like that instead of like exploding and then throwing other information.
They were wasted, probably doing blow, please.
He goes, I can't go nuclear on people. I can't go nuclear on people I don't agree with. I don't do that usually, which he does that all the time. He goes, I'm a highly passionate person. And then we cut to Austin's house. And remember, he's getting 2 cats from Rodrigo and he's putting together the litter box, and Austin shits in the litter box to try it out, and Madison calls him and he's like, I'm trying not to be down and sad when I have 2 bundles of joy in the world, Piper and Martini, coming to me.
Piper, the red.
And he goes, I want to have animals that never betray me and, will be my friends.
See, that's when I'm like, Austin, do you have friends?
He does. In a talking head, he goes, how I see friendship begin, it's like, how I see friendships, it's like, they need you and not betraying each other just to make yourself look good. And so he invites Madison over to come over and meet the kitties and yap with Rodrigo.
God, the kitties are so cute.
Yeah. So then we're over at a dog park with...
This dog park looked so cool. It was like a
every
bar.
activity, there is a bar element to.
Well, it's Charleston.
It's just funny. It's like, hey, let's go painting. There's a bar at the paint.
Well, at least Molly didn't drink. She was having a liquid death. But of course, Shep had a beer.
Yeah. And so their dogs are playing or whatever. And Molly says she hasn't even heard of any issues with Austin and Audrey, so she was shocked about this. And Shep's
prayers up for Audrey. Again, Audrey, I hope you're not watching any of this. I'm really sorry. This would be just like awful to know that this was going. Like I would be.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Shep says, "Hey, listen, I blabbered, but not with ill intent." And Craig seems to be the town crier on this one. And at a talking head, Shep's like, he used me a little bit to drive the stake in, but I told Craig, it's on me. It's on me. And he says the Craig thing is like, I would bet my money Austin runs back into Craig's arm before me, even though he's the one that did the deed. He's telling this to Molly, a grown man saying this,
45.
that Austin's going to run back into Craig's arm before he runs into Shep's arms. And he's like, hey, we get mad at each other. We weaponize info and share info that shouldn't be shared, which is like, yeah. And Molly's like, yeah.
We're on a television show.
Molly's like, most people don't feel bad for what they don't say or something like that. She was like making sense. I wish I had written that down correctly. And that's when I wrote all the women are therapists on this show. Because poor Molly, her storyline is just having to like walk Shep through his issues.
Like real life with real men.
No, it's true. Yeah. She says, I acted so shitty in my past and if my friends didn't allow me to grow or change, I would have no friends. So Molly even being so kind in that.
But like these guys have been doing the same shit. We've been watching them do this for 11 years. Is this the 11th season?
Yeah.
So for 11 years, we've been watching them do the exact same thing and there has been zero growth.
But I still find
it's been worse.
I still find it very entertaining, though. I love this Southern Charm. I love this season. I'll say it. I do. I find it very enjoyable.
Sure.
Wow.
No,
you
I
said
like
you
it.
liked it.
I like it.
Shep says, I tried to call Austin, but he puts me straight to voicemail. And then we cut to Austin putting it to voicemail,
What
going,
time was
fuck
this?
off.
What time was this?
Oh, it was like Winter's
11?
4:36 a.m. No, I don't know. It didn't say.
I feel like it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon and Austin was sleeping.
No, Austin picked it up. We saw.
He was in bed though. Like
no, he was on a chair.
Okay, I thought I saw him.
Shep says maybe you call him, Molly, and be like, I met with Shep and he knows you might not want to see him. And Molly's like, I don't want to lie when you're right next to me. Shep, once again, a grown man is like, act like I'm not here and that you're like, this is like say anything. Like, should I go to his house with a boombox and play our favorite song in front? Like I need Austin to talk to me.
And that was very abusive, that going to the boombox and not taking no for an answer and men
don't
being
ruin
like,
say anything for
that
me.
is, it's just
okay.
It's
Anyways, that's
the people probably don't even know say anything.
I know. It's so sad. But don't watch it because it's abusive. Anyways, he says
it's just more patriarchal, like men not taking no for an answer.
He's a 17-year-old kid in that movie.
Anyways,
he goes, I have that sinking feeling knowing someone else is hurt and you're a part of it. Shep is talking about that. And I thought that was relatable. Like, it is funny, though. Shep has these feelings about, like, I don't want to hurt my friends, but it seems like when we've seen him in relationships, he doesn't have that feeling of, like, knowing he's hurting someone and that he's a part of it. Or maybe
you mean to the women?
To the women. Like, he has this feeling of, I just have this sinking feeling knowing someone else is hurt and that I'm a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, Shep.
And he goes, I don't want to be a force for bad in this world, especially for someone you care about. So he has this deep feeling about his friendship, but like it is interesting when it comes to his relationships with women.
Yeah, he's a loser.
Anyways, Rodrigo is now pulling up to Austin's place, dropping off the cat, a basket of cats.
Oh my God, like a dream.
And then Rodrigo goes, I don't have a return policy on this pussy in regards to the cats. But by the way, that's probably not the first time somebody said that in Austin's place.
Yeah.
And it's not relating to cats. He says, Austin says, I might drive to Audrey and bring the cats to her. I want to get out of town for a bit. So that's all it takes for him to actually make the drive to Audrey's. It's just his friends turn against him in some way because he's not made that drive.
The one time he's been there in 6 months.
Yeah, he's like, I'm coming to you, babe. No, everything's great here. But he said he did tell her that his two great friends brought up some baseless rumor, and he was like, I was so impressed with her. She just says, sorry, that sucks. And he says,
I wonder if he really told her what it was, because if he really told her what it was, I don't think Audrey would say, I'm sorry, that sucks. Like, I think she would have.
But also, we don't know how he perceives that situation, because he might perceive it in a different way than it actually happened.
Okay.
Madison gets there as well, walking up the steps, and she's like, oh, goodness, I'm pregnant, which you related to.
Oh, I definitely did. I was like, look, it's me.
Madison says to Austin, goes, you been crying? You laugh.
Probably is a little bitch.
Madison always like, you been crying, girlfriend?
You little sissy.
Yeah. Madison was shocked the whole time in a way that because she says she kind of used to look up to Craig, which is weird. And, it's like she was so impressed that he changed and made the business his priority. And now to see him back to being so aggressive and so quick.
Made him an actual man. And the second him and Paige broke up, he just went back to being a fucking alcoholic loser.
And so she's going, oh, he's still drinking? Like, he's like, don't go back to who you are, which that is a scene we'll eventually see, I predict, between Madison and Craig. Madison saying, don't do that. But then Austin's like, yeah, that was the Craig we hated. Austin, that was the Craig that Madison hated. You were like buddy with that guy, and you were pissed when he did stop drinking. Like, everybody's talking out of both sides of their mouth except for the women in this show. And that
was like the only good scene last year was when Austin and Craig were talking on the beach about the alcoholism.
No, there was all the Dear Sienna stuff and like
that was fine, but besides that.
Anyways, we see Craig. There's always a montage of Craig flipping out every episode. But they do have the reunion one where Craig's like, she's trash, she's a homewrecker, and I hate sharing the stage with her in regards to Madison.
I still want to know more about Madison and A-Rod, like, and how that went down.
I mean, it's obvious. They were DMing. He tried to fly her there, coach.
He tried to fly her coach.
I mean, that probably happens to those people all the time. She probably had so many sports players in her DMs. Are you kidding me?
Sports players?
Isn't that what you call them? Sports players?
Yeah, I guess.
Baseball players? Yeah, football players too, I bet. Sports players. Austin says, I thought these guys were my real friends, but both of them are not my friends. And next, that's our end of the episode. And next time, Austin's out of town, and Shep's like, Austin isn't coming to your house, Craig. And then Craig's like, Austin isn't coming to the pool party? And then Molly and Sally are fighting, and Molly's like, you are shitty, Sally. You're always a fucking asshole.
True.
And then Madison talking to Miss Patricia, and Miss Patricia going, anyone sleeping with each other? And then somebody says, what happens in the hot tub stays in the hot tub.
So gross.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ba-ba-doo. Ba-ba-dee-dee-dee.
Again, where are the babadoos? Like, why haven't I miss even the beginning, like bit where it was like
the full theme
where
song.
we
don't get the Summer
song.
House theme song anymore. We don't get the Southern Charm theme song.
Well, the Summer House theme song was whatever.
No,
like, not as good as the.
They had this. They had a little bit of the Summer House theme song in the trailer for on Sunday. They had at the beginning, which I was like,
is
whoa.
Gabby not in Summer House this year?
Nope.
Uh-huh. Not that I missed Gabby, but I did like her fashion.
Fashion.
Yeah.
Anything that you want to leave the folks with, Rebecca?
This is an interesting show. It's an interesting show.
It's an interesting life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if Whitner, if you're listening, I can give you any kind of information that you need about Rebecca. Let's try to move this along. She's due in a couple of months, so I just want to make sure the baby has a very strong, stable home environment.
Oh, you would love to go to Provence. Yes.
Okay, guys, have a great weekend. We really appreciate you, and I'll see you over on the Patreon. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.